Video games are meant to take us on an enterprising journey. Many a title struggles to attain a narrative that accompanies superior gameplay. Never mind actualizing that objective once, think about the pressure doing it twice, which takes us to Bayonetta 2. Developed by Platinum Games and published by Nintendo, the famed Umbra Witch is back with a new do and new duds in this sequel to the first action hack-and-slash that, safe to say, had a mixed review among gamers. I'll be brief and vague about the setup for the plot because I want you to experience the story as always. My job is to give you my thoughts on the nitty-gritty, which does not include the story, but you need to experience that, so why should I spoil that for you? So, let's just say it's about Bayonetta's new bud, and the thing that's getting in the way. There you go. Now it's time to get the gamer hands dirty with comparisons to the first Bayonetta, so let's check it out. Instantly, I mean instantly, the predominant impression from the start and throughout is presentation. The prior title was more about solid, blurry earth tones in mostly dull, dark settings. Here, we see a vibrant, expressive color scheme with a rich glossiness that invigorates the entire screen, from Bayonetta to the enemies and the setting. Everything stands out with dazzling use of reds, blues, purples, as well as those metallics, which, say for example, the golds, they are much more polished. Gameplay mechanics. For the Wii U version, you can either use the thumbsticks and buttons or the gamepad to touch and swipe for attacks. The latter, the gamepad, was not my taste, but it might be yours. Slight changes to the use of handheld weapons, starting with Bayonetta's signature guns. Holding X allows you to fire off shots from the hands, just like the first game, and holding A in this one delivers semi-automatic gunshots from the heels. Nice, I like it. From what I saw, there was no honed-in rapid-fire extended bullet attack on multiple enemies. In the first generation, you could half-circle the left thumbstick followed by the holding of X or A. The magic gauge fills up as you accumulate successful attacks, and your meter does not go down if suddenly smacked by an enemy. In the first one, you had to have a series of consecutive clean hits to achieve full magic, or else the meter would go back down with just one enemy assault. Here, the meter holds steady when the enemy counters. You are not penalized during poor combat, and you keep the meter running, if you will, no matter what happens, good or bad. Nice adjustment. The same type of finishing system is there, torture attacks with new additions, along with the usual. Welcome the Umbra Climax. Now, when your magic meter fills, you're prompted to either execute a torture attack or this Umbra Climax achieved with the L trigger, apply manual punches right after, and just sit back, give a little direction, and watch the show. Major ass kicking. Look at those finishes. Tremendous. While combat was acceptable the first go-around, there was a tendency towards sluggishness in the heat of battle, most noticeably against a boss or multiple adversaries. Even exploration was more or less jumpy. You could improve your play with focused lollipops, but default action without it was a wee too deliberate. In the sequel, mechanics are streamlined and quickened, allowing for more flowing attacks and combinations no matter how crowded the field gets. Now, if you've ever played on a video game machine, say like one made by Midway with Killer Instinct with a fight stick and buttons, or say you bought one of those fight sticks for the home console, the buttons move like glass on those things. While toilsome to reproduce that style in a console, this right here proves it's not just pie in the sky. I could see it and feel it all the way through. It is there. Like I was at a dedicated Bayonetta machine tickling the buttons through a range of attack sequences. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a shame. Head over to some arcade in your neighborhood, play, and then get back to me. It is a true thing of beauty, and I appreciate what developers were able to do here. Magnificent. Items. Concoction of compounds is simplified. The last game was boiling, toiling trouble for me, filling the element meter one by one. I wasn't a fan. Here, once you pick up enough elements, from unicorn horns to mandragora roots and baked gecko, head to the cooking screen, and all you need to do is match up what you have, one click, and it's done. No time wasted. Want to get back to the game as quick as possible? This is better. Certain chained up chests now have lollipops inside, fully intact, ready to use. Whoa, don't remember that one from the first. Up until now, you can only mix compounds to create one or buy them outright. You can get a full health wreath by beating a larger enemy, which is fantastic. In the past, you picked up little green laurel leaves and spades in hopes of replenishing your vitality meter. Seeing a full green laurel pop out of a splattered enemy is oh so encouraging and comforting. I can continue on, thank you. The Gates of Hell bar area. To buy items and upgrades from Rodan, it works about the same with some new options. There's no bonus round with magic bullets in that carnival arcade shooting type challenge to pick up extra halos. Remember that? The angel attack minigame following a chapter with the arcade bullets. That is gone. Well, no love lost here. Kinda glad they dumped that. And instead, enter the verse cards. Collecting and unlocking these in story mode takes you to the so-called tag climax area of the game. This is the new online multiplayer section, teaming up with others and doing battle, betting halos to add wealth. The more cards, the more you play. In my case, I played with the computer because the game wasn't out yet, so there wasn't many people on there to play with. Muspelheim. That is the challenge area where players pick up extras for defeating enemies upon certain conditions. It was called Alfheim in the first. In the first, I don't recall winning one battle. The frustration. Now here, not that I want a game to be easy, but I won the first challenge right off the bat. Perhaps I was not alone in my impression that Alfheim was next to near impossible the first time, feeling vindicated here with this slight adjustment. That about covers it, so with that, I say to you, buy this game. Cynical hardcore gamers might be thumbing their nose and beguiled by the notion of another third-person hack and slash. Oh, God forbid it's on the Wii U too. But this will satisfy your gamer taste buds on numerous levels. It is a huge, huge win for Nintendo. To say it's captivating does not do it justice. It's a bit gory and violent, yes, so it's not for little kids. That's why we have the video game ratings, but we are talking truly impeccable. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to see this piece of perfection. Adroit developments, finesse, heart-pounding, eye-popping animation with substance and elegance. Gamers, give this Umbra Witch a try. Bayonetta 2, add this to your collection. I commend you. It's an accomplishment to be admired, respected, and revered.